Hi, welcome to Highly Embodied Yoga with me, Sam, and Oreo. She'll be with us today. Today we're going to work on dolphin pose, which is kind of like a variation of downward facing dog, except for we'll be on our forearms as opposed to being on our hands. So this requires a little bit more through the hamstrings and some hip flexion, and then it'll also be some work in the shoulders, shoulder flexibility, shoulder strength. We're going to kind of work on those little key aspects over the next few moments of this class. So find a block or a book or something that you can squeeze between your hands. We're going to utilize this to kind of help activate through the shoulders. Go ahead and find a comfortable seated position, and let's go ahead and connect to our breath. So nice, slow in, slow out, letting these be in and out through the nose. In, let the breath rise from the bottom up. And then as you exhale, release from the top down. Good. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. Feel that expansion in the rib cage. And exhale. Good. Let's bring some movement in. Inhale. Take the arms up. Big reach. And exhale down through center. Good. Inhale. Taking the arms out and up. And exhale down. All right. We're going to start with seated cat-cow. So bringing the hands out. Bringing the hands to the knees. Inhale, lift and open through the chest. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale, round. Once more, inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Good. Find a nice neutral spine. Bring that block or that book in between your hands and then squeeze it. It's going to be right in front of your face. And then with the elbows, squeeze the elbows in. See if you can get them to touch, but don't let them touch. Just kind of magnetizing them towards one another. Keep squeezing with the hands, squeezing into that block or the book or whatever you found. Good. Inhale, release, bring the elbows back to neutral. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in. Good. And release. And then squeeze the elbows in. Keep squeezing the elbows. Inhale, lift the elbows up. And then exhale, bring them back down. Good. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring it down. Good. Inhale, take it back up. And exhale down. Good. Bring the elbows back to neutral. Straighten through the arms. All right, we're going to take this same block. We're going to turn it so that it is long ways. You're going to take your forearms and you're going to grip the block or the book with your forearms. And then you're going to pick it up. No, I sat on your tail. Sorry. All right, inhale. Lift the elbows. And then exhale, reach the arms forward. Squeeze the forearms in. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, keep squeezing. Reach forward. Lift. Exhale, reach forward. Good. Inhale, lift. And release. All right, bring that block back down to the floor. Set it over to the side. And then we're going to come over onto our hands and our knees. All right, taking our time here. We're going to move through a few cat and cows just to kind of move the spine, connect to the breath. Inhale, we drop the belly, we lift the head. And exhale, we round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round. Drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round. Drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round. Drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round. Drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round. Good, nice neutral spine. We're going to invite some core action here. So take that right leg, reach it back. And then we're going to take bird dog. So take that left arm either forward in front of you or reaching it up overhead. Nice slow breath here. Feel active through the leg, feel active through the arm. Inhale. As you exhale, round the spine, bring the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, use the core to pull the elbow and the knee towards one another. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pull it in. Reach back out. Last time, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Set the hand down. Set the knee down. Little wiggle side to side. Other side, taking that left leg back nice and long. And then find where you want that right hand, either in front or all the way up. Reach out in both directions. Take those low ribs here and knit them up away from the floor. Inhale. And then exhale, round. Draw the elbow and the knee towards one another. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, reach out. And exhale, pull it in. Reach out. And then set the hand down, set the knee down. We're going to come into puppy pose. So we walk the hands gently forward. And then here, we want to keep the hips stacking over the knees. We don't want to send our hips back like we're going into child's pose. We want to stay lifted. And then we just want to drop the chest down. And then you can bring the forehead down to the floor, or we have this block, and so we can rest our forehead onto the block. Little support. And then we're going to find gentle movement here. So we're going to inhale, lift up and away from the floor. And then exhale, relax yourself down. Inhale, lift up and away. And exhale, relax down. Inhale, we come up and away. Maybe you slide that block out, see what happens. Exhale, slide back down. Twice more. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, release. Good. Last one. Inhale, we come up. And exhale, relax yourself down. Imagine that you're lengthening the rib cage away from the hips. And you're reaching the hips back. Good. Gently lift the head back up. Walk those hands gently underneath you. Good. One little round of cat-cow just to reset the spine. Good. From here, we're going to move into working on our forearms. So look down and see where your hands are. And then that is where you're going to set your elbows. All right. Once we're here, notice how it feels on your elbows. You can kind of feel like the skin of your arm kind of slides back and forth. What you want to do is you want to kind of slide yourself so that you kind of lock yourself into place so that your elbows can't splay out to the side. And then turn the palms down and then grip the floor with the fingertips. All right, so here we are in this kind of tabletop forearm position. Take the right leg back. Good. Just notice how your shoulders feel, and notice how your forearms and your elbows feel. Good. Set that right foot down and extend the left leg. Keep that breathing. Good. Before we go into forearm plank, we're going to do, I'm not sure what this is called. I'll have to look at it, but it is something that has helped me build strength in the shoulders. So it's kind of like a march. So we're going to lift up and then come back down. So we're going to go right hand, left elbow, right elbow, right hand, left elbow, right elbow, right hand, left elbow, right elbow. And then we'll switch the sides. So left hand, right elbow, left elbow, left hand, right hand, come back down. Good. Left hand, right elbow, left elbow. One more. Hand, elbow, elbow. All right, lock those elbows into place. Grip the floor. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips and reach the heels back. And here we're in our forearm plank. One thing that that we're working on is to find this kind of vertical line. So we're not up here and we're not down here, but we're here. Reach the heels back, collarbones forward, knit the low ribs up and away, and then kind of like squeeze the butt, squeeze the thighs in towards one another, and then breathe. And just notice how this feels. Maybe this is really hard already. Maybe you're feeling it a lot in the arms and the shoulders and the core. Good. One more breath here. Drop the knees down. Walk the hands all the way up. Now let's come to sit on our heels. And then we can rotate the ankles. We can kind of move the elbows. Do some shoulder rolls. Kind of any movement here that you need. Okay. Coming back into our table. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift the hips up and back. Here we are, downward facing dog. Just notice. Press the hands into the floor. Feel the feet. Lift the right heel and reach the left heel towards the floor. And then switch. Lift the left heel, reach the right heel towards the floor. This is called walking the dog. Alternating, just kind of finding this link through the back of the leg. Good. Come up high onto the toes. And then reach both heels down. Good. Inhale, lift the heels high. And then exhale, lower slowly. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Take a moment here, reaching those heels back. Press into the hands strongly. And then maybe drop the chest a little down. Good. Gently lift the head. Walk yourself towards the middle of your mat. Bend the knees nice and deeply. And then let the torso hang over the legs. You can rock the head. You can rock side to side. Notice the availability here in the hips. Feeling this kind of hip joint here in this hinge. Feeling the length from the heels all the way up the legs to this connection at the sit bones. Good. Hold on to opposite elbows. On an inhale, bend the knees. Bring the chest to the thighs. Keep this connection. Imagine there's a strap that's wrapped around you here and you can't release. Inhale. Exhale. Keep this connection and straighten through the legs any amount. Maybe your legs don't go all the way straight. That's okay. Feel this connection. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten. One more, inhale. And exhale. Stay here. Can you lengthen the crown of the head away from the pelvis? Good, and then sink the hips down. Bring the hands to the floor. Walk them back out. Walk your feet back to where we started for downward facing dog. From here, we're going to rock forward and back from plank to down dog. So inhale, rolling forward, plank pose. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Notice what's happening in the shoulders as you rock forward. And then as you rock back. Make sure that your shoulders feel okay here in this movement. And back. Good. And the next time that we rock forward into plank. Okay. That same movement that we did earlier, dropping the elbows and coming up, we're going to do that, but we're going to keep the knees lifted. If you start this and you're like, whoa, that's too much, you can set the knees down. That's fine. This one is a lot. I know because I do it. All right. Find a breath, any breath. Just keep the breath moving. We'll start on the right side. All right. Right elbow, left elbow, walk it back up. Right elbow, left elbow, walk it back up. Right elbow, left elbow, walk it back up. One more. Drop it down, down, walk it back up. Left side, left elbow, right elbow, walk it back up. Left, right, walk it back up. Left, right, walk it back up. Last one, left, right, walk it back up. All right, drop the knees down, take a little mini break. Roll the shoulders. Maybe you want to roll the head. All right, now we're going to come into the forearm plank, followed by downward or dolphin pose, the pose that we're coming to. And once we come to it, there'll be a little surprise, because true mastery of a posture isn't just that you can do the posture. It's that you can move within the posture. So that's what we're going to do today. Find the posture and then explore some movement within it. All right, back to our tabletop. We drop our elbows down. Lock those elbows into place. And then bring the hands down, grip the floor with the fingertips. This whole section here, from the elbow all the way up to the fingers, this is your grounding point here. pressing down through the forearm. Tuck the toes, lift. Here we are, forearm plank. To get to dolphin, we just walk our feet closer, bending the knees as much as you need, and then dropping the head, look at your feet. Press into the forearms. Lift your upper body away from the floor. And then same thing, bend one knee, straighten the other, and then switch the sides. Alternating between the two. You might feel the shoulders kind of burning here. All right. From here, lift both heels up high, just like we did in down dog, and then reach the heels down to the floor. Inhale, we come up, and exhale, we reach them down. Inhale, we come up, and exhale, reach them down. Good. Inhale up, and exhale down. Good. Look back forward towards your hands, and we're going to rock forward and back. All right, take whatever breaks that you need along the way or hit pause. Here we go. Inhale, we come forward like you're bringing your nose towards your thumbs. And then exhale, reach yourself back, look at your toes. Inhale, look to the thumbs, rock forward. Exhale, look at your feet, rock back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Ooh, my shoulders are burning. I hope yours are too. Set the knees down. Roll yourself all the way back up. Roll those shoulders out. We're going to do one more thing here. All right. Giving the shoulders a break. Maybe shaking the hands, shaking any residual residue off of the body. All right. Let's go. Let's do it. Bringing ourselves back down. Finding that locking of the elbows, the skin of the elbow down so that we don't splay out. We don't want our elbows to go wide. We want to keep them right underneath our shoulders. And if you don't really know where that is, you can always grab opposite elbows. The distance of your forearm is the distance where you want your hand or your elbows. So lock those elbows in place. Bring the hands down. Grip the floor. Lift up into your forearm plank. Walk yourself up and in. Doesn't matter how far. All right. Look at your toes. Dolphin plank here. Press into the floor with the forearms, lifting your torso up. Inhale, lift the right leg. Good. And then we're going to lift up onto the ball of the foot. And then exhale, reach down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Set the right foot down. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Just observe. Inhale, lift, come up onto the ball of the foot. Exhale, reach it down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Set that foot down, knee down. Rest. Child's pose. And here, since we have worked the shoulders a lot, we can bring the palms together and then lift the palms towards the back of the head, back of the neck, and then reach the elbows gently forward. Observe the breath in the back body here, making your inhales nice and long. And making your exhale maybe a little bit longer. Good. Release the hands. Slowly lift yourself all the way back up. Then we're going to come back to seated. So we did a lot with the shoulders, so now we're going to lengthen and stretch the shoulders out. So inhale, take the arms out wide. Bring the right arm underneath the left, and then cross. And then maybe you just hold the shoulders for today, reaching the elbows forward and keeping the chest lifted. This might be enough. If you want more, we bring the arms up, and then maybe we start to bring the palms towards one another. And if you don't have the flexibility for this and you're kind of sitting here, this is fine. This is also fine. What we're looking for is some reaching and lengthening along the back. So imagine your shoulder blades spreading wide across the back. And then sending your breath into the shoulder blades. Finding those tiny little pockets of space with the breath. Good. If you cross the arms, gently unwind. We still have the left arm on top of the right arm. Bend the right elbow, and then we're going to take the left arm across the body, but don't take your body with you. Keep your torso where it is. Drop this left shoulder down. Keep this left arm straight, and then pull. We're not looking for how far we can get it. We're trying to find a gentle stretch along the outside of this shoulder and the arm. Good. Take that left arm up. Drop that left arm behind the back. Take that right hand to the elbow and then kind of reach the elbow up and back. This one, we're looking for length along this section of your arm. Good. Gently release, bring the arms back out to a T. All right, we take the left arm underneath the right, and that same thing, maybe you just grab the opposite shoulder, maybe you make that cross and you start to bring those wrists towards one another, bringing the palms together. Wherever you are, lift the elbows and spread the shoulder blades across the back. Find that breath. The breath is key here. The breath is how you create that space. Good. Unwind the arms. Right arm on top. Slide that right arm across the body. Keep that right shoulder dropping in and down. And then find that spot where you can feel that lengthening along the outside of that arm. Good. Take that right arm up. Drop the hand behind the head or behind the back. Left arm comes to the elbow. And then find that gentle reaching up and back. Slow, steady breath. Good. Gently release. Bring the hands down to the knees. Take the shoulders up to the ears and then relax it down the back. All right, shoulders up to the ears and then drop the shoulders down. I'm going to make shoulder circles. So we send the shoulders forward all the way up to the ears And then squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. Forward, inhale, take it up. Exhale, squeeze down the back. Shoulders up. Squeeze down the back. Other way. So we squeeze behind, slide the shoulder blades up towards the ears, and then round it forward and down. Taking this movement nice and slow. The slower you go, the more you can feel. Don't worry about what you look like, because we all look the way that we look. Up and around. We're focusing on the sensations that are happening in the spine, in the back, in the muscles, and all the way around. All right, coming over back into our tabletop. We're looking for stretching, not strength. All right, taking that right arm, reaching it up nice and tall. And then exhale, thread that arm underneath, drop the shoulder down. Here we are. Find a gentle pressing of the arm into the floor. And then take this left arm, and you can leave it or you can take it up overhead. Good. Can you relax that right shoulder into the floor? Can you send the right hip further back away from you? Good. If you move that left hand, bring it back in front of your face. Press down into the floor, coming all the way up, taking that arm back up towards the ceiling. Big reach. And then bring that hand back down. All right, other side, taking that left arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, thread that arm under, drop it down. Good. Find a gentle pressing of that left arm into the floor. And then wherever you want this top arm, where we started, you can take it overhead. You can wrap it around the back if you'd like. I like overhead. And then can you let that left shoulder just kind of melt into the floor? Whatever that means for you. And then can you reach the hips a little more back, creating some space in the body. Good. One more breath here. Bring that right hand in front of the face. Press down into the floor. Inhale, we unwind. We take that arm all the way back up. And then exhale, bring it back down to the floor. All right, coming back to seated. Ending with some neck stretches. All right. Taking this right ear over to the right shoulder. And again, we're not forcing anything. We're just kind of allowing the weight of the head to lean over. And then drop that left shoulder down. Maybe take the left arm out to the side, fingertips to the floor. Good. And then leading with the chin, draw the chin down towards the right shoulder. And then at a diagonal, lifting the chin up towards the corner of the room. And then moving gently forward and back, nice and slow. Just noticing how this feels. This doesn't have to be a big movement. It can be small. Good. Bringing that hand back to center. Gently glide the chin down towards the chest. Feel a lengthening through the back of the neck. And then slide the left ear towards the left shoulder. And again, we're not forcing, we're not fighting. We're just allowing the neck to find a gentle sense of relaxation. Drop that right shoulder down. Maybe you want to take that right arm out to the side. From here, we take the chin down to the left shoulder, and then taking it all the way up towards the corner of the room. And again, just explore here. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. If you need to make smaller movements, do that. If this doesn't feel good with this moving the chin up and down, you can stay as is. Everything that I say is optional. This is what works for my body, and what works for me may not work for you. All right, slide that hand. We're going to take the chin up, just kind of letting our head relax back. And again, observing, noticing how this feels. You don't have to go to your end range. And then imagine that there's a pencil on your nose. And we're going to make big circles. Just drawing some nice circles. Again, this can be as big or as small as you need it to be. You know how your neck feels. You know the history of your neck. The next time that you have the chin down, go the opposite direction. Nice circles in the other way. And the next time that you have the chin down, bring your dominant hand to the forehead and then lift and stack the head back on top. Good. From here, we're going to lie all the way onto our back. So take your time here. Be intentional with your roll down. Rolling yourself all the way down. We haven't been on our back yet, so allow yourself to land here. Feel the back of feel your back on the mat. Feel your arms, the back of your head, the shoulders. If this feels okay, with the knees bent, you have the option to let the knees fall in towards one another, just kind of letting the legs support one another. This can kind of help release any tension in the low back. You can stay here, or if you would prefer, to lengthen the legs long, you can do that. Taking wherever it feels good for the hands, you can place them on the body. You can rest them down by the side. Find a gentle closing of the eyes. Release any control that you have over the body, over the breath. We'll be here just a few moments. Gently bring some awareness back to your breath, letting your belly rise and fall. Wiggle through the fingers and the toes, rotate wrists and ankles, bend elbows and knees, make any movement here that feels good. Pull the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a hug. Gently roll over onto one side, resting your head on your arm. Gently press yourself all the way up, finding that comfortable seated position again. Take a moment just to feel and connect to the breath. Observe and notice the shoulders. There might be fatigue, there might be some soreness. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, lift the chest towards the thumbs. Exhale, feel the ground underneath you as you exhale. Inhale, expand outward in all directions. Exhale, bring it all back into the center of the body. Let the breath rise from the bottom to the top. And then gently release from the top to the bottom. May you take this practice with you off the mat and into your daily life. Honor the body, honor the mind, and honor the soul. Namaste. Thank you all so much. You might be sore tomorrow, and come back to this video again and again to help build that strength. And dolphin pose is a great place to start if it's something that you're interested in. This is the foundation to build into Pincha Mayurasana, or the forearm balance, where you are in dolphin and then you lift one leg and then you lift the other leg and you are balancing on your forearms in an inversion. And that takes lots of time and lots of practice, and that's not the goal of yoga, but it is something fun to explore if that's something that you want to do. So come back to this video again and again, and I hope to see you next time on the mat. Bye.